Hi guys, I thought I'd take some time in this third installment to look at uh, building the shapes up one string, and we're going to concentrate on just focusing the rhythm on one string. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the major scale, we're going to harmonize it up one string using these little 3 note per string shapes that we talked about in the second installment. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start here. You could start really anywhere, just as long as you had enough room to go all the way up in one scale. I'm just going to start here on the D string here, and we're going to start building the major scale shape. We're going to stop and talk about each shape a little bit as we go. So the very first shape that we're going to look at here is the big stretch. So I'm up on the 3rd fret here. If it's too much of a stretch for you, go ahead and do it in a different location, okay? But just remember the order as we go. So the first thing that we're going to do is big stretch shape here, up on the 3rd fret. And when we're alternate picking, each group of 3 notes is going to start with an alternating pick stroke. So if I'm starting with down, when I go to repeat this, I'm going to go up. So then down, up, down, up. Okay, it sounds really juvenile, but the whole idea here is we're not going to, when we go to build up speed on here, we're not going to be thinking down, up, down, up, down, up on every single note. Because most of the time you're only going to have enough time to really think about that first note, because if you're shredding, you don't have a lot of time. You're crossing strings and you're moving up and down the neck at a fairly significant rate. So we really just want to kind of focus in on the beginning of a particular group or sequence. So again, so down, up, down, up. So as you're building speed up on it, and you know, if you're using a metronome or a drum machine or something like that, try to think about that as it's speeding up. So down, up, 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 down, up. Okay, so we're keeping that idea constant in our mind as we're working up this major scale shape on one string. Okay, so that's our big stretch. So now we're going to go to the second note of our big stretch, and this is where we'll begin our next group of 3 notes, okay? So that's something to keep in mind in case you get lost. The next shape is always starting on the 2nd note of the previous shape. So this was a big stretch shape here. My 2nd note here is on the 5th fret. So now I'm going to start on the 5th fret here, and I'm going to build a 1, 3, 4 shape. And same idea, I'm going to work some triplets in there, thinking down, up, down, up, down, up. Alright, so it doesn't matter how many times you do it in each shape, just, 4 is good. Keep it even though, so that you're always starting with the same pick stroke when you go to change a shape. So 4 is always a good combination, or any even sequence. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can go back and forth between the two if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And back. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Down, up, down, up, down, up. See how I'm landing on a down stroke every time I change? Down. Okay, good. Let's keep going, all right? So this is my 2nd note of this shape, so that's where I'm going to start my next shape. The nice thing about a 1, 3, 4 is it shows you where the next 2 notes are going. So 1, 2, it's a 1, 2, 4 shape right there. So let's go ahead and do that now. So ready, go. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up. A few more times. Up, down, up. Good. Okay, so combine them now. So 4 times in each spot. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, always being aware of how you're picking each group of 3. Let's keep going. Okay, so now the next one is a big stretch shape. All right, it would be our Lydian mode. Okay, if we were to go all the way across. So up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. take that exact shape, move it up. There you go. There's our next shape. Mixolydian. Okay. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, so here we go. So we've got a big stretch here at the 3rd fret. Moving into the 5th fret with a 1, 3, 4. Okay. Moving into a 1, 2, 4 at the 7th fret. Moving into a big stretch at the 8th fret. Moving into a 2nd big stretch at the 10th fret. Okay, so now we're going to make some smaller shapes here. We're up on the 12th fret. We've got another 1, 3, 4. Okay, and then we've got a 1, 2, 4 here at the 14th fret. And then we have another big stretch here, finally, repeating what we did at the 3rd fret, now at the 15th. Okay, so we've got a big stretch, a 1, 3, 4, a 1, 2, 4, a big stretch, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, and another big stretch. Okay, so one more time, let's try it all together. We'll do 4 counts of 3 in each location. Always thinking about that down 2, 3, up 2, 3, down 2, 3, up 2, 3. Okay, keeping that in the back of our mind as we're picking, just to keep that alternating controlled. So here we go. So down, shift, down, up, shifting, down, up, shifting again, up, down, up, shifting again, up, down, 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 up. There you go. Okay, so let's try. So all right, so that's at a moderate speed. There's guys out there that can play it 100 times faster than that. But the whole idea here is, as you're speeding up, again, just thinking of that down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up with every group of 3. And that'll really help to get the picking rhythmically down, and also making sure you're not doubling up on any pick strokes. Okay? So an option for that is, if you want to go in the opposite direction, doing sort of like a pull-off combination. Okay? So instead of going, you could go in the opposite direction. So just going in, instead of going this direction, now I'm going and just following the shapes as they occur back in the other way. So let's give that a try. So big stretch at the 15th fret, a 1, 2, 4 at the 14th fret, a 1, 3, 4 at the 12th fret, a big stretch at the 10th, a big stretch at the 8th, a big stretch at the 7th, sorry about that, a 1, 3, 4 at the 5th fret, and a big stretch at the 3rd fret. Alright, so let's try that. Again, you know, even at a speed like that, you still have time to think down, up, because you got 3 notes going there in each group. So down, up, down, up. So, you know, just trying to keep that pick stroke following through with that sequence. Okay? There's probably more options. Hey, why not try changing between shapes? So, you know, you start with a 1, 3, 4, sorry, a big stretch here. Then go into the 1, 2, 4 at the 7th fret. And then follow in that sort of pattern. So kind of a neat idea. Don't know how musical that is, but hey, some talented guys out there on the internet that could do a lot with this, I'm sure. Alright, so just alternating kind of every other shape and going the other way, sure. Alright, so you can try it in as many different ways as you want there, but the whole idea, give yourself enough time to think about that down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, as you're doing each group of 3 notes. So down, up, down, up, down, up. Because even doing crazy stuff like that, you should still have enough time. Alright, so still have enough time to think about doing that downstroke and upstroke.